Hi everyone, it's KJ here. I know I haven't vlogged in a while, but I'm starting to finally feel better, and I thought, why not start now? If you're new to this channel, my name is KJ. I graduated from MIT last year. I'm currently taking a leave of absence from Stanford for grad school. I'm working on 2 startups and of course have this YouTube channel. So throughout this video, I'm gonna take you around my day, just a typical day. I'm not gonna try to spruce anything up. And I'm also going to talk about my insight on how I stay positive through the ups and downs of startups and through my various health conditions, so make sure to stick around throughout the video. Speaking of health, I can already see the comments now. I know my face is looking a lot bigger than usual, but that's just a side effect from the medications that I'm taking because of my various diseases that I was diagnosed with a couple months ago. If you want to learn more about that, I'll link it right here. But for now, I need to go down and make some breakfast. Huge shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and let's get right into it. I generally eat the same thing on a daily basis. It just usually consists of some sort of chicken sausage or meat with a kale and cheese egg scramble and some pancakes. It has to be something that's pretty substantial because with my medication, it really messes up my stomach, so I have to have substance in it while I take it. And as you saw from the B-roll clips, I have a plethora of pills that I need to take every single day. And yeah, I mean, again, the side effect of the face is very obvious. But yeah, right now I actually have a meeting in around 12 minutes, so I'm going to eat this pretty quickly and I'm going to head to that. As with a lot of companies in this day and age, part of the team is working semi-remotely and part of the team is working on site. And so with Drone, we actually have these meetings like Monday and Thursday, short meetings in the mornings where we just tag up to make sure everybody has what they need from other team members. And so far it's been pretty good with, just keeping everybody updated with what's going on. Because I'm working with startups at such early stages, I've had to wear so many different hats. So if you were watching my videos in the past, you know that Timmy and I did a bulk of the engineering at first, but now we have a bunch of really talented engineers on our team that we trust to do the day-to-day engineering work, but then now we have to shift more towards product vision, marketing, figuring out where we're going to go next, getting investment funds, different things like that that keep a company going. And yeah, it's been crazy going from role to role, but it's really exciting and it's something that I don't think I'll ever not want to do in the future in terms of going to a more larger corporate role. The biggest piece of insight that I can give in terms of staying positive through the ups and downs of startups, my health issues, and general things that are happening in the world is making sure that the environment that I'm in is positive. And the way to do this is to control the things that you can control. I can control the people that I surround myself with, and I can control the things that I do with my time and can ensure that those things are positive to my life. So in terms of the people that I surround myself with a great group of friends that if you watch these videos have been around for a long time, that really care about me and genuinely want me to succeed. And having that positive energy around me, in addition to my family and Michelle, allows me to focus on the things that I need to focus on and not worry about negative energy around me, because the only real opinions that I care about are those people that I surround myself with. Also, I would recommend for people to find something positive to do with your time, whether that's picking up a new hobby or learning a new skill. Just having something that you can make progress on will give you something to have a positive opinion on yourself. Like if you learn a new skill, you'll look back and say, wow, I did that. And it'll just give you something positive to look at and look back on in the future. And a great place to cultivate new skills is Skillshare, a channel sponsor of mine. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators on topics ranging from design and web development to freelancing and entrepreneurship. With Skillshare, you can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. I recommend productivity classes in order to help you stay focused, and also any class that gets you acclimated with professional creative tools like Photoshop or Premiere Pro. I personally am really interested in the class DIY Product Photography, Style and Shoot Creative Stills by the photographers at Mango Street Lab, Rachel and Daniel. Everything is tailored for efficient learning, so there's no ads and new premium classes are launching all the time. This makes it really easy to stay focused and actually work on new skills. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a limited time 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can explore your creativity today. Right now I'm just working on some ChipBrain stuff. I know I haven't really said too much about ChipBrain, but it's because we're just moving really fast, have a lot of things going on, and we're just not at the stage of publicly sharing everything that we're up to. So yeah, it's been a wild ride, and I've gotten so many different positions, from intern to software engineer to chief of staff to head of product, where at this point I'm just doing literally whatever I can to help push this company forward as fast as possible. We have a great team, and I really can't wait to tell you more about it in future videos, but right now it's just really exciting. Today I started off with more chief of staff type tasks, like sending out documents that need to be signed by venture capitalists and sending out offer letters, and then I'm already shifted over to more engineering tasks, just getting everything working for the product pilots that we have coming up. Just a side note, I really love this setup that I have going on. This is a 27-inch LG monitor that actually has a USB-C cable that runs to my laptop that can also charge it and also functions as a USB hub. So on top, I can use my 4K Logitech webcam for Zoom calls, and it just connects to the monitor and not have to use some sort of dongle on my laptop. And then it's tall enough where I can put my 16-inch MacBook Pro underneath and it doesn't block the bottom of the screen, and I can function as a double monitor like this, which has been very convenient. Something that I've noticed with the work from home life is that you don't get those cues from other people, like leaving for lunch or anything. So I actually forget to eat lunch sometimes. So now it's past 2 o'clock. I try to eat lunch around 1-ish. There's pros and cons to working at home. One major con is that you can just really get into your work and just keep working, and then work through different times that cues from the office would tell you otherwise. Something that I've actually tried to do a better job of recently is developing some sort of work-life balance. I know that especially myself really tries to figure out problems as they come, because I get prideful and I'm like, okay, I'm going to debug this piece of code right now before I eat lunch or before I eat dinner or before I work out. And then sometimes that trails on later in the day than I'd ever anticipated. And that's just not sustainable because it'll affect my sleep, my overall health. And so I've really tried to stick to a more consistent schedule, and then when I'm done with work, make sure that I'm genuinely done with work, which sometimes with startups it just gets impossible. But for the most part, I try not to do too much work off of normal work hours. But again, things come up and I'll always be open to respond, especially given the positions that I have at these various companies. So this was a pretty good day of work. Just iterating through this product is really fun because I get to really see and test out what the customer is going to see at the end of the day. I'm trying to test out what I'm going to use for actually some weekly live streams that are going to happen on this channel. I'm going to bring on some people that you probably recognize from the past if you have watched my channel, like Timmy and Kevin and Sebastian, Jonathan, Sam, and so that should be really interesting. Right now we have them, like I'm having them on a Zoom call, and I'm just testing out having this camera, using it as the webcam. I'm trying to decide like which camera I'm going to use, and we're just trying to make sure that this is going to be as high quality for all of you as possible. So we gotta have the proper mics, proper cameras, but it should be really fun. So stay tuned within the next couple of weeks as more details of this new live stream as they come out. Right now I'm just microwaving my food. The company that I use to order food from is called Cook Unity, because a lot of times I'm really working all the time, and as you can see from earlier in the video, I forget to eat lunch, and really sometimes I just don't have time to prep dinner. So Cook Unity is the service that I use. I'm not sponsored or anything, but it's been great. I've tried services like Freshly in the past, and Cook Unity has curated chefs, and I can do things like look at the macros of the different meals that I'm eating beforehand, so that because I have something like a salt restriction, I can check the sodium content beforehand, and that really helps me just know exactly what I'm putting into my body. I know a lot of you are in the age range where you're looking for internships and different job opportunities, or maybe that's something that's going to happen pretty soon. And going back to my previous statement on surrounding yourself with people that are supportive and encouraging, I think that also applies to any workplace that you're thinking about working for. So whenever I have someone tell me that they're applying to a new job or picking between a couple positions, a big thing that I focus on is the team. And so I'm grateful to have multiple teams that I just really love working with, that are great, that care about me as a person, like both in and outside of work. Like I'm not just another employee. And I think that's very important, that you can have that sort of relationship both in and out of the workplace with at least the core people that are at the job you're working on, like in your team, so that every day you're not just dreading going into work just because you don't want to see somebody or you don't want to interact with this other person. So establishing fairly quickly whether you'll vibe with the people there, I think is very important. So if you're in the job hunt or anything, make sure to reach out to people and meet as many people that you possibly can that'll be working either with you or with the people that you're going to be working with. So I just finished eating, and I know that I said that I was done working for the day, but I just got a message from one of our other senior engineers on ChipBrain's team, and there seems to be some endpoint that just doesn't seem to be working properly, so I'm gonna help hopefully debug that right now. But yeah, it's around 7 o'clock. I think I'll never not work for a startup ever again in the future, meaning like I will only want to work with startups in the future. And there's definitely pros and cons. The pros are like the potential growth and the excitement and everything's new, but some of the cons genuinely are that, you know, sometimes you're the person that can fix a problem, and you're going to have to be willing to fix it, so otherwise you're going to be blocking other engineers in their job. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I still wouldn't trade it for the world, but I got to get back to work. So I actually ended up working a little more until Michelle came home. That's when I set a mental stop for myself where I just need to stop working. And so I stopped with the general vlogging. So I just ended up relaxing, playing some Fortnite with the boys, and then also talking with Michelle's sister and watching Love Island with them. And yeah, right now I'm just gonna head to bed. I'm kind of tired. As always, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter to see what I'm up to. I'm starting a live stream soon, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.